Anime movies bring life to the spectacular battles between the striving protagonists and their nemesis, gripping the viewer with the cliffhangers in the plot. As an anime fanatic, we bring to you a list of the top 10 most anticipated titles that you must watch in 2023. But before we begin, please consider liking and subscribing to the channel so you never miss any updates. With that being said, let's begin. Number 10. Tokyo Revengers Season 2. Tokyo Revengers Season 1 ended with a big cliffhanger, leaving a zing among the viewers. With the release of every episode of Season 1, the series won the viewers' hearts. The anime presents a mix of a time loop plot line with a reckless street group which ends up as the winning formula, leaving the viewers in a nail-biting situation. Mikey and his doorman have capped the fandom, compelling the producers to announce the release of its sequel on the date sooner rather than later. To be specific, the anime is anticipated to release its second season in January 2023. With the closure of Season 1, the story does not stop. Rather, Takemaki still has a long way to go. His only nemesis is out there, roaming free and planning to blow a hole in his world. He needs to wreck his rival to affirm a safe future for his friends. Season 2 chronicles a Christmas conflict arc that ultimately leads to more intense duels with an edgy storyline that will give you a roller coaster ride of tender hooks. The plot for sure gives you quite a reason to look forward to the sequel. Number 9. Hell's Paradise. Next to the thriller list of anime movies that you can jam in 2023 is Hell's Paradise. This anime is going to chronicle the adventures of another future maestro in the world of anime movies. The protagonist is challenged for his exemption to death as he embarks on the journey towards the Island of Perils. The title is a token of honesty as the plot depicts his way through the pitfalls as he floats his ship to an Island of Perils not only for the protagonist but for the tagged-along convicts as well. The series is all about difficult journeys lead to beautiful destinations. The ninja with other death row convicts is plunged into an expedition to find an elixir of life. The deal is to get the Emperor the legendary drink, and then he will announce their freedom and will issue amnesty to these convicts. The journey is a tidbit for adventure freaks and will grip your attention if you seek dark-spirited characters. A life lesson is a bonus for the viewers. Hence, there's no chance you can miss this series in 2023 without getting a FOMO. On number 8 we have Dr. Stone. Dr. Stone will mark your nostalgia if you have been an Explorer fan in your childhood. After an eternity, Dr. Stone's makers attracted clout as they announced the comeback of Dr. Stone in the anime world. The series takes its viewers to the manga's acclaimed arc of exploration. This season will bridge the past 2 seasons by unleashing the concepts and depicting them in a way that is comprehensible for anime starters as well. The season untangles the confusion and finally gives a headway towards understanding the essential phenomenon, petrification. Indeed, the viewers will get to know all they need to know about the grand catalyst of the story. The characters will unravel a discovery that will be intriguing for the anime geeks like us. Dr. Stone is all set to come back with a big hit with its totally gripping plot and thrilling twists that will compel you to pull the all-nighter and binge-watch the series in one sitting. I am back! The world is finally mine, are the words that you hear the protagonist utter in the teaser, but for me, it is going to be the fate of the season as well. It will definitely rule the anime world. 7. Mushoku Tensei Season 2. This season will premiere in the coming year with an interesting mixture of gripping drama, heart-melting fantasy, and spicy ecchi genre. Because animation isn't a piece of cake, the anime freaks already know this anime would be followed by its sequel. Season 2 is, in other words, Chapter 2 of the Adventure Rudy. As high as the previous season has set the bar, the adventurous plotline of Season 2 is going to keep up the trademark. The story tells us about the hurdles the protagonist faces in his attempt to learn all the secrets of magic. It revolves around an unemployed illiterate man who is in his mid-30s and is bestowed a second chance to live. The person who is hopeless in his life saves a group of teenagers through his heroic attempt, which leads his soul to reincarnate into an infant. His memories from his past life are intact. The character then decides to dispose of his current life in the best productive way and becomes quintessential of the magic world through his hard work. The producers are chewing on the good fate and are in high spirits regarding the premiere of the show, which is an indication that the series is going to be a masterpiece. At number 6 we have the remake of Rurouni Kenshin, another anime show that you must raise your expectations for where the protagonist emerged as a legendary savior through his brutal fighting skills in the Arc of Restoration. As the time for the duel gets closer, the protagonist vanishes, only to return in 11 years with all his glory as a wandering swordsman. The sheer guilt of the massacre he has conducted has led him to live a life of a commoner. He vows to protect the weaker without executing anyone until his promise is in danger when he faces certain situations. We keep the suspense and encourage you to watch the anime in the coming year to know the trouble that causes a face-off between his vow and his love for the endearing ones. The protagonist is now haunted by his memories as a killer, and his coping with such challenges will be a stimulus to your dopamine rush. On number 5 is Solo Leveling. And there you go with another thrilling anime adaptation that will hit your screens in early 2023. Solo Leveling is a nail-biter action anime adaptation of a web novel. The plot line signifies the human race, who are named hunters and possess magical skills that may help them protect human beings from the fiery monsters. To combat annihilation, the human race continues to fight the monsters by employing magicians or hunters. Among these warriors, a considerably wimpy hunter finds himself stuck with menaces to his survival. One night, he narrowly escapes a furious double dungeon and is chosen by an enigmatic system as its sole player. In return, the system blesses him with powers that are unknown to history. He could amplify his strength to the level of his liking. He then sets foot on a journey where he fights all his nemesis, including human beings and monsters alike. The journey unravels the secrets of the dungeons and the mystery of his ceaseless strength. It would be too obvious to say the anime will bring you all the suspense and thrill you need to revamp your upcoming year. At the 4th spot we have Demon Slayer Season 3. Another anime with a promising plot and stunning title awaits its fans in the coming year. The story circulates about a 15-year-old boy who is recruited into the Demon Slayer Corps. Upon his return to home, he finds his family dead, probably murdered, and his sister transformed into a demon. This enrages the protagonist as it would do to any person in his normal mental status. He builds a team with his fellow Corps and heads on a mission to get revenge on the leader of the malicious demons. His search for an act of revenge is completely understandable and represents the movie's cherry. This craving for revenge leads him into fierce duels that will attract the viewers with a strong grip. On his mission, he faces off with many demons and tries to cure his sister who has turned into a demon. The fights are nail-biters and will stick you to the screen till the closing end. A brother's love for his sister and an intimate emotional attachment to the family members will compel you to feel the protagonist profusely and vividly, so gear up yourself to experience an emotional ride. Coming in on the top 3 we have Jujutsu Kaisen's 2nd season. Jujutsu has capped the anime world with the premiere of its 1st season. The relatable characters, spectacular storyline, and gripping fights are the ones to credit its popularity among the fans. The story is about the 2 tech students at Hidden Inventory, Premature Death. This season will exclusively reveal the background of the 2 students parting their ways as friends. The season brings its viewers a juicy tease of the Shibuya incident, where the public is taken hostage during Halloween celebrations. The protagonist ventures into the situation like a hero. Later, it is revealed that it was a conspiracy executed by other cursed forces. Shortly after, the students gather for an unprecedented battle of massive scale, which will serve the craving of manga lovers with thrill, suspense, and emotions. With the remarkable storyline and immaculate animation, the series will conquer the screens next year. So don't even let anyone tell you the hype for the series is over. It is not. You will witness a thrust to the fandom of Jujutsu Kaisen in the coming season. The story of a battle between students and the demon will start spinning, and we know for sure you are earnestly eager to welcome the season. At number 2, we have Vinland Saga's 2nd season. The 1st season proved to be a profusely engaging tale of conquest and adventure that intrigued masses of anime freaks. Season 2 is no less than the 1st season, and it brings its viewers a whole package of entertainment. The upcoming season gradually takes the viewer deeper into its world so they can contemplate the season steadily and vividly. The plot is all about wars as it is based in the 11th century AD arc, where Northern Europe is combating war. A boy from Iceland coheres with a company of Vikings and a military commander after the death of his father. The military commander murders his father, and he continues to call him for the duel and loses against a skilled commander. In his desperate attempts to get revenge from the commander, the series takes a unique and interesting twist. He gradually develops a father-son relationship. Overall, the series will please its viewers with a big dipper of emotions like unsettling revenge, heartwarming relationships, and a journey to peace. The greed for exhilaration will never stop you from watching the series. At the top of the list, it's none other than Attack on Titan's final season. Yes, your favorite season is sadly coming to an end and will close its chef d'oeuvre story in the coming year. The final season introduces to warrior candidates who strive to inherit Titan armor. For years after the aborted mission to reclaim the founding Titan, after the candidates conquer the indomitable wars, the gang continues the military training only before the protagonist diverts his focus to invading paradise yet again. After the announcement, one of the characters is bound to face a person from his past who brings chaos and terror along with him. The genocide in both wars will give you creeps and will get you biting your nails. Being one of the most epic and iconic series from the last decade, the anime will depart in the upcoming year, leaving sadness among the fans. The legendary story of the characters will climax with a gripping conclusion, and we guarantee you it is not the anime you should miss.